Hi, we are reviewing Passengers, and I have here Vijay with me. Vijay is taking my innovations course, and I had to kind of twist his arm to make him watch at this early in the morning. But thanks, Vijay. So we are going to do the review in a very famous IIM Ahmedabad format. It's based on a first-year course called WAC, Written Analysis and Communication. We are going to follow part of that format to do this review.
Yeah.
So, Vijay, since you are now second year student and well versed and a master of written analysis and communication, we'll first go with the situation analysis. So, passengers.
Yeah. So they say situation analysis. So the movie in the trailer, as you can see, it talks about how two people get up around 90 years left on their journey, and how they get stranded in the ship with only both of them to have company with each other. It the movie goes about how they go about in that time, and it also has a little bit of twists and turns in the movie, and it also talks about there are some problems and issues with the ship, and whether they solve it or not, you will get to know once you watch the movie over
Got
there.
it. So, I think that there are a few movies which make you really wonder as to what you would do in someone's situation. And I thought in this film that happened extremely well. You can put yourself in the shoes of the two characters, which is Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, who are the two passengers who woke up early. And what would you be doing if you were in their boots, where you're in a 120-year journey or a 90-year journey and you've woken up literally uh, 89 years early? Now, what would you do in that position, given that the ship seems to run on almost completely automated mode? No people, really. So, in that scenario, it was a very fascinating plot, really interesting.
Yes.
And so, what's normally your criteria for evaluating
Okay.
films?
So I have a few criterions. One is about how well the actors act and if there is a good plot to it, and the next one is how well they sync with each other, whether they're able to communicate properly, the chemistry, the
Okay,
bonding is there on the screen, and maybe the fourth one is a love or a sex sequence over there.
excellent. We are back in student territory. All right. I think I would add to that. So he mentioned plot. I think for me that's paramount. That would be probably the highest weightage. The plot or the script, the dialogue inclusive, etc. Sense of humor, things
Humor,
like that.
yeah.
Uh, and along with that, I think the character graph. I think that's really important for me. There must be characters you can relate to or identify with.
Yes, sure.
And yeah, so now your evaluation of passengers against your criteria.
The plot after the first half, we were kind of thinking that it will go in a certain way. So we were thinking little too hi-fi, topsy kind of things, and it went a little simple in the end. They made it work with the simple, but it was decent and it was good in that sense. So no major what you think kind of twists and turns will happen didn't happen. It was a normal ending finish was done. So you kind of expected that halfway into the movie. So
Okay.
that is one thing that happened. The next thing is the chemistry between the actors. That was excellent. So you can see that right from the starting that they both bonded well with each other and they were able to show that up on the screen. And the next one was what was the
Action
next one?
sequence.
Action sequence. Yes. So not a typical action movie, so you can't expect any big action sequences. But the way that some sequences were depicted, the swimming pool scene,
That was
that was
mind blowing,
that was
right? Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
How Jennifer Lawrence tries to struggle and come
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That was, I would say, literally mind blowing.
Correct.
So that was one scene that was my favorite scene,
Yeah.
and one more scene which
Yeah. It
you
gives
would you
away
would
too much,
yeah
I
use it
think.
too much. So once you watch the movie, that you will
Yeah.
come to know of it. So the one thing that I was disappointed with, there was no love and sex sequence in the
I think that
movie.
was edited. So it is a PG-13
Yeah, it's a
movie,
PG
by the
13.
way.
Yes.
So I think the makers could have done more there, I thought.
Yeah.
Especially when you're given two magnificent specimens like Jennifer Lawrence and
Come
Chris
on, you
Pratt.
put Jennifer Lawrence on a screen and you don't give me
And
that
you don't give
sequence.
me. Yeah, I thought
I'm,
I'm with him
yeah,
there. I
I'm a
don't
bit
think
disappointed
I'm.
on that.
However, the special effects were fabulous.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Everything around it, in terms of the interiors of that ship, in terms of the space and what we saw, space, all that was great. The chemistry was brilliant. The two really did seem to spark off each other in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Recommendation?
Missions. You could have. Okay, the plot was
No, recommendation for our viewers.
okay.
Would you recommend that they watch it, or
The movie is amazing. You
yeah?
should watch it on
Okay.
theater. It's a 3D movie, so you have a lot of viewing scenes where you can watch it.
Okay.
The scenes, just don't miss the particular scenes. For that, you can watch the movie
The
on
swimming
screen.
pool scene.
Yeah, the
Right?
swimming pool scene. You can, and the way they walk out this thing, the spaceship,
The spacewalks.
spacewalk.
Yeah.
For these two scenes, don't miss the movie. I
Don't
would
miss
say.
it. Rating?
Rating, I would give it somewhere around say 8 on 10.
Oh wow. So I thought my recommendation as well would be definitely watch. There were some interesting cameos. I mean, there's this butler that they create who's a robot, and I thought the humor mainly came from the interactions with that robot. And
Being a robot, he did his
what
part. What
correct.
part he could do.
Absolutely, and it was fascinating how that part developed. Right.
Yes, sure.
The special effects, as we mentioned, are amazing. My rating as well would be 8 on 10.
Okay.
This is a movie that you can definitely watch again, and you do keep wondering what would you do in
Yeah,
those shoes.
that you always
So
keep thinking
I
about over
think
there.
that's how, for me, that's a sign of a good movie. It gets under your skin.
Yes,
right?
sure.
So thanks so much, Vijay, and
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the
Bye.
movie.
Hope you enjoy
Bye-bye.
the-